What's the weirdest thing you've accidentally agreed to because you misunderstood someone's accent? On Friday afternoon, my new Scottish coworker, Hunter, sprinted over to my desk, looking panicked. Her accent was so thick it sounded like bagpipes underwater. I caught maybe 3 words: uncle, sitting, and cats. Easy. Cat sitting. I like cats. Feed them, scoop the box, get some purring, done. I nodded like a hero. No problem. I love cats. Hunter practically sagged with relief. She rattled off directions to some place an hour outside the city, muttered something about 30 of them, and shoved a crumpled address into my hand. 30 cats seemed extreme, but hey, some people are crazy cat people. Then she warned, don't let Ferguson out. Okay, noted. Ferguson was probably the neighborhood demon Tabby. Saturday morning, I drove out to the address expecting a mansion full of felines. Instead, I pulled up to a working farm. Wide pastures, stone fences, a barn big enough to hold an aircraft carrier. The smell hit me first. Hay, manure, and something musky. Then the cats appeared. Through the morning fog, 30 shaggy Highland cattle lined up at the fence, red-brown fur hanging over their eyes, horns curling out like medieval weapons. 30 pairs of massive bovine eyes fixed on me in perfect silence. Not cat sitting, cattle sitting. I stood there frozen, city boy with 0 farm experience, holding a car key like it might double as a cattle prod. My pride wouldn't let me back out. Hunter clearly assumed I knew what I was doing. How hard could it be? They're just oversized cats with horns, right? I walked into the barn, pulled out my phone, and typed how to take care of cows like an absolute idiot. Step 1, feed them. So I grabbed some hay, hurled it over the fence, and prayed that was enough. They chewed thoughtfully, never breaking eye contact. Crisis averted. Until I turned around and noticed the gate was wide open. 3 of them had already waddled into the yard. I panicked, sprinted to my car, and grabbed the only long object I owned, a selfie stick. I spent the next hour running in circles, waving the selfie stick like a lunatic and yelling, "Back inside!" The cows weren't scared. They were confused, like they were watching a deranged influencer film content. Somehow, eventually, they wandered back in on their own. I locked the gate and collapsed, sweat-drenched, dignity gone. And that's when I met Ferguson. Ferguson was not a mischievous house cat. Ferguson was a bull the size of a compact SUV with horns that could impale a Honda Civic. He lumbered over, snorted steam, and stared me down. I froze, certain this was how I died. Instead, Ferguson lowered his giant head and nudged my arm. Then he stood patiently while I fumbled with the latch like he was supervising. 10 minutes later, his massive head was resting in my lap while I scratched behind his ears. Apparently, the troublemaker was just lonely. By Sunday, we had a routine. I checked the water troughs, tossed hay, and Ferguson followed me everywhere like a 1,600-pound golden retriever. When other cattle drifted too close, he herded them back like he'd personally hired me as his intern. I started talking to him like he was a coworker. "Morning, buddy. How's morale?" He'd just grunt and keep walking. Monday morning, Hunter showed up. She found me in the barn teaching Ferguson to shake. He'd lift one massive hoof on command and wait for me to hold it. She froze. What the hell? My uncle's been trying to get Ferguson to cooperate for months. He hates strangers. That's when I confessed. I thought I was cat sitting. Hunter laughed so hard she nearly fell over, then told me her uncle actually needed weekend help and would I be interested. Now it's 6 months later. I spend my weekends on a farm, followed everywhere by a bull who thinks I'm his emotional support human, all because I couldn't tell the difference between cats and cattle.